Hello, this is Netta. Welcome to a new episode of the Ageless Style Show. So I'm really excited because I'm starting a new series here where I'm going to be talking to some beautiful local women and hopefully eventually some of you virtually. I'll be able to do this. I've got to figure the process out virtually about body type, kind of diving into flattering your body type and just choosing the right silhouettes for you so that you can get that consistent flattery in your wardrobe. So I'm here with my friend Ashley, who has kindly volunteered to be the first model in this body type series. So Ashley, I'm so happy that you're here.
Thank you.
Can you tell me just a little bit about why you decided body type and just why you wanted to figure this whole process out?
Right. Well, I would say over the past 3 years with menopause and a 2-time cancer survivor that my body has definitely changed.
Yeah.
So I've worked in retail all my life and I've dressed lots of other women, but I'm frustrated for doing it for myself.
I can tell you that even as a stylist, that's a common theme. It's a lot easier. You know, the doctor doesn't take good care of his health or whatever. It's a lot easier to see things in other people than it is to see them in yourself. And so even though, like you said, you dressed other women for years, menopause can just kick us in the butt. I am going through it. I know exactly what that's like. And then thank God that you're a 2-time cancer survivor. So all of those changes, though, can kind of change what's always worked for you suddenly feels like it kind of stops working.
Right.
So tell me, when you gain weight, one of the biggest clues that can give you at home and you know any woman who wants to understand her body better, a clue as to what kind of body type you're working with is where you tend to gain weight. So for example, I talk about this all the time. When I gain weight, I gain it here, right around my belly area. So where do you tend to gain weight?
Probably starts in my thighs, but I've found over the past couple of years it's pretty evenly distributed. I mean, my bust line's gotten a lot bigger, my middle's bigger, a little bit of a tummy with menopause.
Yeah. So just because you have that little bit of a lower tummy that we all get through menopause, like we can get a little, that doesn't mean that you're moving into a different body type where you're more front, you know.
Mm-hmm.
That's just one of the features of your body that we're going to be working around. But it, you know, if you are a full, like an apple body type, you're going to see that shape all the way through here, from just below the bust to the hip area. That's not what we're seeing in Ashley. It's not what we're seeing in me. We are both hourglass body types. But Ashley also has a little bit of a pear on the lower half of her body. So most women are kind of a hybrid of body types. So in the system that I use, the Style Dial system that I use, Ashley would be a Style Dial red with a little bit of Style Dial orange, which is kind of a rare combination. But again, we're all rare combinations. So Style Dial red is the proportional hourglass body type. So we look here, her shoulders and her hips are lined up with each other, and her waist is really nice and defined. You've got a beautiful waistline that even though, you know, things change and move around in menopause, you have not lost that waistline. Right. It is very defined. And then she tends to gain a little bit of weight here in the lower half of the body, which indicates a little bit of the Style Dial orange. So I'm just going to do a couple of quick measurements just to confirm what my eye is seeing and what Ashley has told me. Okay, so what's interesting here is your shoulders are actually narrower than they appeared in the picture and then they appear in real life. So this is one of the reasons we take measurements. We take measurements to kind of support what we see. Mm-hmm. And because of the way that Ashley is dressed, her shoulders appear a little bit broader than they are, but your shoulders actually sit inside of your hip bones.
Okay.
So, but you still got that hourglass, that really defined shape from the bust down, but your shoulders are narrower. So I would say, again, we're kind of dealing with that style dial red, style dial orange hybrid still, but without the shoulders being as broad. I really think that if you were open to it, a shoulder pad occasionally would be a really, really nice feature. What you'll notice if you add a shoulder pad into your jacket is that your bust would appear smaller, your waist would appear smaller, and your hips, this whole part of your body, would fall into proportion even more. So you already have that proportion going on. You've already got that waist definition, but that's something that will really highlight that. Let's talk for a moment about face shape and necklines, because that's one of the key aspects that's really key when it comes to flattery. Now, we just did Ashley's Fashion Fit Formula measurements, which I will get into later, but one of the things that we look at is the shape of your face and how it relates to your neckline. Now, Ashley is going to do better with a vertical neckline, like a V-neck. That's something that you told me about yourself and something I saw right away. But also because of she's got a beautiful, beautiful high cheekbones. Oh, look at those cheekbones. They are amazing. So look straight on so everyone can see those high cheekbones. So you've got like almost a diamond face shape, and your face is broadest right here. So because of that, you want to avoid a crew, which you already said. She's so smart. She already said that was not something that she loved. You want to avoid a crew or a round neckline. You want either a button-down style or a vertical neckline that's really going to flatter that beautiful jawline and the beautiful cheekbones that you've got.
Thank you.
So we have decided that primarily hourglass with some pear tendencies. And again, we all are a hybrid. Very few women are just classically just one straight body type. And so we want to take all of these details into account when we're addressing Ashley. Ashley's also 5'3". So as you can tell, we're right around the same height. And so as a petite, we're going to want to take length into account, proportion into account. There are going to be a bunch of other things that we pay attention to when we're a petite, right?
Yes, definitely. Sleeve lengths. And
absolutely. Yeah. So sleeve lengths, pant lengths, cardigan lengths, top lengths, all of those things. Okay, so now I am going to do a color analysis of you, and we're going to kind of show what that looks like really quickly and then get into trying on some clothes.
Fun.
Okay, so Ashley and I are back, and we're going to talk about her coloring. Now, you have beautiful, from what I can tell in your skin is really neutral.
Yes.
So I don't see a lot of warmth. I don't see a lot of pink.
Right. In fact, I was just at the store trying to color match for makeup yesterday. And she said the same thing. And if anything, my facialist maybe said I have a little yellow tone.
Yeah, I can see that a little bit, but definitely a neutral undertone to your skin. And I see an overall softness and muted quality to your coloring. Now, what was your hair color? We've all done things with our hair color, but what's your natural hair color?
Well, it used to be blonde,
okay.
But after chemotherapy, my hair has definitely come back much darker. So this top root area is my natural color.
Okay, so kind of a medium brown color.
Yes.
So I believe that Ashley is soft in her coloring. That means that her coloring is overall medium, not too light, not dark, and muted. So all of the colors that I think are going to be the most flattering on you are going to have a little bit of gray mixed into them.
Okay.
So they're going to be medium, they're going to be muted, they're going to be soft colors. So you're in luck, because those of us who are not soft are having a really hard time shopping right now, but everything in stores is like
gray.
Soft colors. Yeah, it has been for a while. So I am going to drape you with these soft colors just to kind of confirm what my eye is seeing. And you tell me if these are colors. I know that you said you love red.
Yes.
And you love teal.
Yes.
Now, I'll tell you, everyone has a shade of red that they can wear. And teal is truly a universal color. There are not many universal colors. Teal is one of them, and like a plummy purple is another one. But if you notice, all of her colors, including her specific shade of red and her specific shade of ochre, I'm just going to use a catalog term for that color, and your specific shade of teal, all of these have a muted quality to them. They all have a little bit of gray mixed into them. So what do you think of these colors?
Yes, I like them.
Yeah.
And it's funny because that's how I always described like colors in my home too, is muted with a little gray. That I like.
Yeah. Okay, that's amazing, because I have noticed kind of almost across the board that we tend to choose the colors in our home that work on us and that are flattering to our natural coloring. So that's funny that you said that, because if you look at my house, I've got a lot of deep colors. I've got a lot of reds and blacks and deep browns, and you have soft colors in your home. And I think we should sort of have an instinct as women about our colors. And if we're not fighting that, then we're going to find that we live with the same colors that we wear well. So I love this. So you've got all the colors, you've even got, I know you're not a pink person, but you've got the turquoise, the teals,
the purples,
the full range of colors. But all of these colors are neutral. That means they're balanced between the warm and the cool. But also you can wear some warm colors, you can wear some cool colors because you're neutral, but you want to keep them all medium, and ideally you want them to be on the muted side. Okay. So now that we've looked at your body type, we've determined your body type, your neckline, your coloring, we're going to look at some of the pieces that I picked for you. Now, one of the goals that Ashley has, and this is something that I think most women overwhelmingly are challenged by. They have clothes for work. If they work, they have clothes for working out or bumming around. They don't have the in-between. Right? So it's the cute casual. It's the going out to lunch with a friend or grabbing coffee with somebody or running errands and feeling cute and not being like, oh, I hope I don't run into anybody, right? Yeah. So is that what you think that you're...
Yes, because actually, like I said, I worked in retail, so I had those clothing. Now I'm not working. I've never been like into athleisure clothing, especially out during the day. Yeah. So yes, cute casual. Look put together. Not too serious or look too done up.
Yeah.
But cute
casual. So you want to look like laid back but pulled together.
Yes.
Okay. So now if you were going to pick a couple of words, you said cute casual. If you were going to pick a couple of words, you'd be like, oh, Ashley, you look blank and blank. I'm putting her on the spot. I did not tell her I was asking this question. What would you...
put together, but fun.
Okay.
Yes.
So I love that. So fun and put together. Now, those are great because what you can use is those words can be your filter when you're trying on an outfit. Does this look fun and put together? No? Next. Right?
Right.
So that's going to be how you determine what works for your personal style and works for your lifestyle, where you're going, and what doesn't, Right. So one of the things I say all the time is that my style is feminine, and if I try something on and it doesn't feel feminine to me, then I'm like, out. That I know it's not going to feel natural to me, and I'm going to feel awkward in it. Right? Okay, so I'm going to show you some of the options that I pulled for you from Dillards. Now, thank you, Dillards, for letting us take some of these. These are just some beautiful, beautiful clothes. Some of these are going to be probably... And I hope that they're different than what you've already been reaching for, because the goal for all of us is to try something new now and then. We've all fallen into patterns and habits of buying the same things for the same places. And so we want to expand her repertoire of options. And so some of these are going to be different for you and might be outside of your comfort zone. And we're going to try them on. And since this is the first time I've worked with Ashley, and actually the first time we've seen each other in a long time, I picked these items sight unseen, without having... consulted with her or met her first. So some of them are going to work and some of them are not going to work, and we're just going to have fun with it. Okay. So first we're going to start with some of the items that I want to look at some of the items that you brought.
Okay.
So we can kind of see what Ashley is what's a typical Ashley outfit right now. So this is a blouse that's got a ruffle up the front.
So I threw a house party, and I wanted something that was comfortable but looked pretty and kind of festive for the holidays. And most recently I've just fallen in love with this royal blue color. So
okay, you can definitely do the royal blue. I would say that with your height, you're going to want to consider tucking this in and blousing it out a little. It's going to be long on you. I can see that already. Yes. And so, one of the things that a lot of times we do when we try clothes on is we come out of the dressing room and we're like, we don't give them a chance. We judge them right away. We're harsh to our clothes, right? So with something like this, you might try it on and be like, oh, it's long. But clothes need styling.
Right.
In the same way that food needs a little salt, right? Like we need to zhuzh things to make them really work better for us. So in this case, if Ashley stepped out of the dressing room with this, I would say, okay, let's tuck it, let's zhuzh it so that it's got that flattery around the middle part of your body, and it's the right length for you as a petite. So I love this combination. The one thing I will say is, as a soft woman with some more muted coloring, I would encourage you to go a little bit more muted in your patterns.
Okay.
Because this is a high contrast pattern. Whereas look at the pattern that you're wearing in your pants right there. That's a soft muted pattern. This is a little bit more high contrast. And you might feel like wearing a lot of high contrast close to your face can feel harsh. So just something to keep in mind. But I love it. Okay, so now one of the things we talked about is how this neckline is not going to be your best friend. So I really prefer you in a vertical neckline or like a button-down top. That said, you can always cheat by doing a necklace. And you can do like a longer necklace here to create a more vertical neckline, or do a jacket over it, which will also create a more vertical neckline. Again, this is kind of a higher contrast pattern. So if you're wondering, if you put this on and you take it off, and you put it on and you take it off, that might be the reason. It might be that you're like, these colors together are just not working for me. Now, as a soft, now this is very controversial, Ashley's going to walk out now and stop talking to me. As a soft, my suggestion is to go more for softer neutrals over black.
Okay.
I know. But like navy, charcoal, chocolate you're going to find, especially as we get older and we need that flattery more, that black is going to be harsh on someone with delicate coloring like you have. So something to think about, whether you want to pick a darker neutral that's, and I've noticed that you've already brought some of those other colors in your wardrobe. So maybe just something to think about. Okay, so this skirt, now I love this because this is like soft on soft on soft. These are great soft colors, and this is something that we would try on using your Fashion Fit formula. I just took the measurements for her Fashion Fit formula. So Fashion Fit formula is, and it was kind of tricky to do that against my bumpy door in this studio. But basically, it is a system where we are able to accurately identify what her best lengths are for skirts, for tops, for jackets, for everything. And for those of us who are petite, anybody who has any body type challenges, the Fashion Fit formula is a game changer. Knowing exactly where things should end is really critical. Okay, so I love that.
I'm going to start having to carry around a portable little measuring tape.
Well, yes. Okay, so I carry one in my purse, of course, but I also keep on my phone, I keep a picture of my personal Fashion Fit formula. Okay. So that I always have that with me. Let's look at this neckline. I love this vertical neckline for Ashley. One of the things I want to talk about is, and I'm going to use your current top as an example. Now, because of Ashley's face shape, I want you to stand here, if you don't mind, and then look into that camera right there. So everybody, they've seen me enough. They don't need to see me anymore. The closer that we bring the neckline to Ashley's neck, the more flattering it's going to be. So what it's going to do is it's narrowing this line here. It is de-emphasizing your bust line, making your waist look smaller, and making everything look more proportional. So you really want, with a vertical neckline, you really want almost no space here. Here. Okay? So, one of the ways we could achieve this is obviously, like a little dart like that. But that is a much better fit and more flattering neckline on Ashley, especially with her face shape. So we're taking the face shape into account, but we're also taking the shoulders into account. We're taking the bust into account. You want to de-emphasize that bust area. You want this to be right there up next to the neck. Okay? So that's one thing to think about. So with this top, so my only concern with a top like this is how far does this come off the neck? And one of the ways you can tell, I'm going to grab a regular hanger here to show you. One of the ways that you can tell is with the hanger. So how far is it away from the metal part of the hanger here, right? So if it's really open here, you can tell it's open. If it comes up here, then you're going to see that this space here is going to be up closer to your neck. And that's what you want. If you have like a diamond face shape or if you have a fuller bust, those are two things to look for. Okay? So we're getting into the nitty gritty here, right? Like that's the finer. And honestly, when we see celebrities and we see people out and about who always look amazing, it's because all of those details are being taken into account, right? And you know this, having worked with other women, it's just always harder to do it and to see it on ourselves. So here I am with Ashley. This is the first outfit we tried on. These are the Antonio Milani bootcut jeans. I absolutely love this silhouette of denim on her. I just love the way they actually are a perfect fit.
Oh, they very are.
Oh my goodness, that is I'm just gonna. I picked them for her without seeing them. So now I want you, if you want to face the camera for a minute, Ashley, I want you to see on a petite woman, okay, who has some shape here, how you don't want the top to end right at your widest part of your body, right? Also, we don't want our tops to be really long when we're petite because it makes our legs look shorter. It makes us look shorter overall. Just is not as flattering of a look. So Ashley has this amazing waistline, and so I'm just gonna experiment a little bit and just try. I'm gonna do a little front tuck and see how she feels about that. And then, you know, you could do a full tuck, but I just want to show you the difference when we tuck this top in as opposed to, like, what a difference, right? So not only are we not drawing a line right here, which is the widest part on many women, but we're also showing off that waistline. We're also lengthening your legs, and it's just a beautiful, beautiful cut. Now, I love where this hits you here. This is beautiful. This is actually a little low, which I really like, because what's nice about that is if you have that situation, which Ashley and I were discussing off camera, of having a little gaping, this is not doing that.
Right.
It's really, really nice. If you've got a top that fits otherwise but still gapes, like a little bit of fashion tape, a little bit of, you know, the Velcro, stick on Velcro, like that'll all work. But this is perfect. I think it fits perfectly here. And I just like this look. Now, one of the things we talk about is, you know, how blazers are longer now, and that can be a challenge as a petite person. This blazer might be a little bit too long on you, but I want to kind of see what it looks like. And one of the things that might make this blazer work better is the fact that we've got a tucked in top. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Pretty effortlessly.
Yes, I love this. Okay, there's so much that's good about this for Ashley. First of all, notice how it's built out her shoulders, right? One of the things we were talking about, and I'm surprised she did not get up and walk out of the room when I suggested shoulder pads, but you know, if you have that shape and that structure in your hips, you want to build out the shoulder a little bit. Ashley's shoulders are actually quite narrow. And your hips sit outside of her shoulders a little bit. So by adding just a little structure, a little shape here through the shoulders, we are really bringing her whole body into proportion. Now, I will use her Fashion Fit formula and, you know, later and figure out, but my feeling is that this jacket is just a tiny bit long. I love this. It's also a great floor to weight. So it's, you know, like when it's cooler here, but not, you know, we're not going to wear a wool coat most of the time here. Exactly. It has been unseasonably warm. Yes. Unseasonably warm here. So, I mean, Ashley's like, this is not cooler. Like, I'm going to take this off right away because it's hot outside. But on our nippy days, this is like, you can run around town.
Right.
Looks super cute. Now, what I would pair this with, so Ashley brought a couple pairs of shoes. She primarily wears flats. I think most women can relate to that. I'm wearing flats myself right now. I'm wearing my little loafers. But a pair of, and as a soft coloring, a pair of medium muted brown boots is probably the most versatile that you can have in your wardrobe. My suggestion for you would be, for the next pair maybe, is to consider doing a longer toe.
Okay.
Like an almond. Or a slight point. You could also do a square toe. It's just going to update a little bit the look, and it will lengthen your legs, which as a petite is always a good thing, right? So again, these pants are long on Ashley, so we would have to have them hemmed, but these boots would make a really nice...
Yeah, there's a little bit of brown in the jacket.
That would make a really nice addition to this outfit. So I love it. I think this first outfit was a success.
Yes.
Okay, so stay tuned. We've got more coming up. Okay, so we're back with Ashley, and you guys are going to think I was cheating and that I picked Ashley because everything looks good on her. But I don't know if it's Ashley's easy body type or if it's my talent.
Your talent.
But she does look good in everything. So this teal blouse from Trina Turk is the perfect neckline for her. I love that it comes in, and if you want to stare straight at the camera right there, it comes in right next to her neck. It's just a really flattering neckline for her face shape and for her bust line. It's just beautiful. It fits really, really well.
Sleeve.
Yes, I love the sleeve. So let's talk about sleeve length for a second. Thank you for reminding me about that. Now, Ashley has a full bust. And when you have a full bust, one of the things you want to pay attention to is you do not want your sleeve length to end right at the fullest part of your bust, because all this, you're just pointing an arrow to that direction, right? So instead, I think for her, a 3/4 length sleeve or a longer sleeve is going to be better, or she can also go a little bit higher. And if you go a little bit higher, I would suggest doing something that maybe comes off the shoulder a little and broadens that shoulder, like the shoulder pad on that other top or the jacket did. So this has got a nice high waist on this pant. It's a beautiful. These are from Nick and Zoe, these pants, and then like I said, the top is Trina Turk. These are both available at Dillards. Everything's going to be linked below. But again, notice the difference when the top is tucked a little. First of all, we're highlighting this ridiculously tiny waist that Ashley has, and we're also lengthening her legs. And as a petite, that's something that is important. Also, vertically, now we haven't gotten the results of our Fashion Fit formula, so we'll be featuring that in the future. But vertically, it seems to me that Ashley is a little bit longer through here, and her legs are a little bit on the shorter side. So most of us are longer in one area and shorter in another area, kind of overall. And so for me, my legs are longer and my upper part of my body is shorter. So, but with you, since your legs are shorter for you, then, and typically one of the ways that you can tell is where do you put on weight? If you're putting on weight in your thighs, your legs are probably shorter. If you're putting on weight in the upper half of your body, that part is probably shorter. So this lengthens your legs by having the top a little bit higher. So I love that. It's a beautiful, beautiful color for you. Like I was telling Ashley, I would probably go for a charcoal or a navy in the pants instead of the black, just because of her coloring, but I just love this combination. Now, you were saying that you're not sure how to wear these cute sandals that she has.
Yes.
So these little python print sandals, I love these sandals. This is a very neutral print, and that would go with what you're wearing right now.
Yes.
Like it'd be super, super cute. So with a pair of sandals like this, you want either an ankle length or a pant that's a little fitted at the bottom. Otherwise, they're going to get kind of lost. I mean, you could do it with a wide leg, but as a petite, that's going to be a little hard. So I would say this is perfect with something like this, like what you're wearing. Okay? We were also talking, we both share the same shoe size of 8.5, and we're both petite. So sometimes we don't want our legs to look super, or our feet to look super, super long. But I will say a pointy toe is really going to continue that leg line and make our legs look a little bit longer. And it doesn't have to be like super pointy that extends way past your foot and makes your feet look really, really big. But that's something to keep in mind. A pointier or almond toe can even be a modified, it doesn't have to be super pointy. Or one of the new square toes. Just the square toes are not going to lengthen your leg line, but they are cool. So they've got the coolness going on. Yes. They are trendy, so that's cool. Okay, so I love this outfit on you. We are going to try on the next look. Okay, so here's Ashley again. Once again, looking fabulous. This top is so lovely on her. There's so much I like about it. I love how this is up against her neck here. That is perfect. It's got a little bit of structure here. This would even look great with a little shoulder pad in it. Just throwing that out there. Love this drapiness. It's really, really beautiful. It is a little long, petite problems. But one of the things I was saying is that into every petite life, some alterations must fall. So like we want to minimize the number of alterations that we do, obviously by either shopping petite when possible or, finding things that are cropped, like these jeans are cropped for other people, but on me they're full length. So things like that can help us kind of get around having so many alterations. But I love this. We tucked in a little bit because it was long, but this is just a beautiful, beautiful silhouette. I love navy and black together. I think it's kind of unexpected, a little edgy. But you could do navy and charcoal, whatever combination you want. But that navy is a beautiful color on you. And I think it's a great dark neutral for you. And yeah, I just love this. So this top is from Trina Turk. It's their out of office collection at Dillards, which I think is awesome. And it's a nice kind of like heavier.
It is very nice.
Woven fabric. I really like that. Okay, so now we're going to get to the next outfit. Okay, I know you guys are going to think that I'm cheating again, but Ashley looks good. You look good in everything. She's looked good in everything. So I love these pants for you. First of all, they are the perfect petite length. Now I want to go get them in every color. Yeah. They have them in gray. They have them in navy. They have them in black. I love these pants. These are the Antonio Milani pants. This seam we were talking about down the front is really nice and leg lengthening for those of us who are petite. This is a great ankle length pant for those of you who are not petite, but for those of us who are petite, it's a nice full length pant. Super comfortable. It's got pockets. So I absolutely love it. I also love this top. I wasn't sure how this neckline was going to work out for Ashley, but it's actually perfect. This is her color palette right here in the top. It's big for her. Unfortunately, this was the size that was available, but it's a couple sizes bigger than she would normally wear. So it is definitely big through the arms. Mm-hmm. It would be more fitted here in her size. And we tucked it in and kind of cheated. But I loved the covered buttons. So you don't have any of that gaping that we can have when we've got a fuller bust. Sometimes though, for extra security, like if you're going to do this and you're going to have some gaping, because some of us move during the course of our, we're not always just sitting still. You can add, fashion tape or a little Velcro, stick-on Velcro thing or whatever. I always like to do that just because then I don't have to think about it. Because when we're playing with our outfits, that's when we feel less than confident. Mm-hmm. When we're fussing with things, right? Mm-hmm. So I absolutely love this outfit for you. Again, I would go with those, in the summertime with a tee tucked in, a great necklace, yes. And those pretty python sandals. That would be a great, effortless, everyday look. Mm-hmm. In the winter, a long-sleeved light top, and then you can layer if it gets a little cooler, which would be a miracle because we're in mid-January now. We're in January and it's not cool yet. But I think something like this you could do, and I know the sleeves are kind of oversized on you already, but we could do something like this beautiful cardigan. So let's see how this cardigan works. Now they prepared me so this cardigan is a medium. It runs a little bit big. So we'll see how the medium works. But I like the adjustability because of the waist ties. So look, you can tell that Ashley worked in retail. She's like, let me zhuzh this. Yeah. So clothes need zhuzhing. We don't just put them on slump and then say we hate them. Like we got to play with them a little, right? So again, this top is a little bit extra fabric here, but I love. I'm hiding, I'm blocking Ashley. Everyone's like, we don't want to see her back. We want to see her. Okay, so I love this. There we go. So you can, show as much or as little of your blouse as you want. I suggest tying at the side. I like to tie at the side. Who wants to put something right there? And I don't think you do either. So you could open up the neckline a little. She's got a very nice bust line. Like, let's, show off our features. I love that. That's a really, really chic look. Now, we could even do a little bit shorter with this cardigan, right? Mm-hmm. Or she could also wear the cardigan open. And that's a nice lengthening line like that to have the cardigan open. Now keep in mind, as a petite, she is always going to look more flattered in a monochromatic outfit. Let's face it. That does not mean we want to only wear monochromatic outfits for the rest of our lives. But if we want to look taller and the tallest and the slimmest, say you're trying to do a major presentation, you want to be like, bam, then you would do monochromatic. I would do monochromatic. Mm-hmm. It would lengthen us. It would make us look taller. It makes us look slimmer, all of the things. But having that longer outer layer can also create a lengthening effect there. And I love that. I think it's so chic on you. Really, really a pretty look.
I think the jeans would work really well with this too.
Absolutely.
The dark jeans.
So look. Because she's already done this stuff before, Ashley's figuring out that there's a master plan behind this, right? So this is the cluster concept, like everything works with everything else. So you can sub the jeans out for this. The other pants that I've picked in the cluster, they kind of all are designed to go together. Have a little cheat about this cardigan. So if you feel like, because sometimes, you're definitely going to look slimmer, right? Without another layer there. Mm-hmm. If you want it to be extra lengthening and slimming, then this layer could be darker. Or we could also do a little bow or tie, and Ashley's nodding because she's done this before a million times. You could do a little bow or tie in the back that kind of takes some of the extra fabric away, and so you're not
gives you that
you've got that line, but you're not drowning in extra fabric. That's especially important if the jacket is hitting you at at a spot that maybe you don't want to highlight, or if you've got extra tummy area, which she really doesn't, or even if you've got a lot in the bust. You don't want a lot of extra. For example, if you've got a full bust, you don't want a lot of extra volume in your top right here because you're just adding to that area. So I love this.
Very nice. Yeah.
Okay, we're going to try on something else.
The shirt just goes with everything.
I know, it does. It does. It's all the colors in that one shirt. It's perfect. I love it. I love it. So cute. Okay, now we just need to get it in her size. Okay, next outfit coming up. Hi, I am back with Ashley, and I really wanted to put her in something that was not super flattering on her, and I still failed. But I have to say I love this. This sweater is from A Loves A. It is a peplum style, which is always flattering to someone with a defined waistline, and it can also help you create a waistline if you don't have one, but like, bam! That is beautiful on her. It also is flattering to the bust line. It can. She looks balanced in this, but if you've got a really full bust line, then it might not be for you because it is fitted in the bust area. I like everything about it. I even like the way this comes a little bit lower than the bust line, the ribbed part here, so it's not really highlighting the bust as much. The one thing I would say is, we do prefer Ashley in a vertical neckline of some sort, and she can cheat a little bit and add a couple of stitches and kind of ruche that in the front a little if she wants. You can also throw on a jacket with it, which will create that line, and then you can also do a long necklace or a necklace that comes to her Fashion Fit Formula point. So we just got your Fashion Fit Formula measurements in, so we're going to play with those in a minute. But I love the cheat of adding a necklace there to create that line. You can also, almost everything can be kind of adjusted and tweaked to work with you and your body type. I also love these Trina Turk olive silk joggers. Yeah. They are amazing.
Like wearing your pajamas.
I know, they're wearing like silk pajama pants, but fancier. And you can wear them out of the house. So I absolutely love those. I think olive is a great neutral for you, and one that you should incorporate more into your wardrobe, and you said you already like it. So we're on track with that. But I do think, in spite of the fact that I really love this blouse, I like some of the others even a little bit more on you. Some of the drawbacks of this is its length, and because it's longer, and because it's a peplum, you're not going to want to shorten it by much, or you're going to lose that lovely line of a peplum. So I did like the button down styles or the v-neck styles on you just a little bit better, but this also works. So you can kind of see good, better, best, right? We want Ashley best all the time, but when we're working with things we already have in our wardrobes, then sometimes we can say, okay, well, this, maybe I'll take a hit here because I really love this piece, or it makes me feel beautiful, or it's really comfortable, or whatever. It serves a purpose in my wardrobe, while we're slowly replacing the things that are maybe not our best over time. So I wouldn't say, Ashley, buy this now, but if you already had this in your wardrobe, you could continue to wear it confidently, and then the next purchase that you make would be more along the lines of the ones that I give a big thumbs up to, if that makes sense. Okay, I'm just going to try the jacket on.
Okay.
With this, I feel like I just want to see what that vertical line will be. I know. And one of the drawbacks of all the fun sleeves we have going on is it's a little harder with blazers.
Yes.
Right? So I really do love the color palette of this jacket for you. I just love it. Like, what a great... It's got all your neutrals. Gray, navy, like a taupe color, brown, just beautiful, beautiful neutral shades. So look great with that. The brown pants that you tried on, with the jeans, with the olive, with all the things. So with the black or navy, which is what we would choose.
Doesn't really button.
Yeah, so this is a boyfriend cut. It's designed to be worn open. It's designed to be worn a little oversized. As a petite person, when you're wearing a jacket that is worn open like this, you really want to define your waistline, because if your waistline is not defined and you're wearing something loose and open, you're going to completely get lost in the item. So this is one of those times when I would say, we really want that waist definition there, and that's going to make it a lot more wearable as a petite to wear these long boyfriend blazers that are in style right now. But I love this Antonio Milani jacket, A Loves A sweater, Trina Turk pants. I think They're beautiful.
Yes.
Thank you so much for joining me for the first in the Body Type series. This one was with Ashley, who was such a great sport, such a great model, and I really, really appreciate her letting me demonstrate some of the body type principles that I talk about, how they work on real women in real life, and how you can use them in your own wardrobe to get the beautiful and confident style that you are looking for every single day. I firmly believe that every woman deserves to look and feel her best every day, and so that is the whole motive behind this series, the whole motive behind all of the content that I create. I have many, many more beautiful models coming up for you in future videos where hopefully you'll be able to see yourself and your challenges and them and learn something from them as well. I'd love to know, what did I leave out? Like, what questions did you have? What tweaks would you like me to make to this format? As you can see, we had a couple of technical difficulties this time that we will address in future videos, but this was the first in the series, and I was just excited to kick off the year with this new series about body types. I know this is something that we all have to dress for our bodies. This is something that we all deal with, and so I thought that this was something that you would all enjoy. And based on feedback I got from you guys, this is something that everyone wanted to see. So very excited to feature it. Don't forget that, you know, wherever you're at with your body, clothes can be a tool that can really help you look and feel your best. Ashley has a Style Dial orange with a little bit of Style Dial red at the top body type, and so taking her unique body both horizontally, and then in a future video I'll show you more vertically with the Fashion Fit formula, taking her unique body into account when she gets dressed is going to be the way that she's going to consistently choose things in her wardrobe and bring things into her wardrobe that she loves and that she wants to wear and reach for again and again. So again, thanks for joining me. I love you guys. Don't forget, before you leave, hit the like button. Let me know what you think of this video by commenting. Ask me any questions you have. Don't forget to hit the subscription bell, or the subscription button if you haven't already, so that you don't miss any of these videos. Again, lots of body type videos lined up for you coming up with other women just like you. And then of course, don't forget to hit the notification bell. I upload new videos every Tuesday, every Friday, and that way you don't miss any of it. I'll see you in the next video. Thanks so much.